Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a watch me work. It's actually my first time ever doing a voiceover and my first time ever recording myself doing my nails. So right now we're doing some filing. I did some Gel X dupes on my nails for the first time. My first time using the dupes. I've used the Opera system before, so I wanted to see how easy it would be to do a quick fill. I knew that I wanted to do some Easter nails, but I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do, so I was just kind of making it up as I went along. So yeah, just doing some filing off the old color, getting rid of some lifting, you know, the usual stuff. So now I've gotten off all the color, I've shaped them. I didn't record that part, but I shaped them with my hand file, and now I'm just using some alcohol and getting all of the dust off. And now we're putting some base gel on. I use the Madam Glam's base gel. Never had a problem with it. I enjoy it. And yeah, so sorry that a lot of this went out of frame. I was trying so hard to stay in frame and have good application, and honestly I didn't do well for either of those through so much of this video. So again, I apologize. It is my first time doing it and I'm just trying my best. So here's the iconic gel from Opera. It is a soft gel. I've used it a few times before. I do really like it. I don't really have a preference between hard gel or soft gel. I don't typically soak off anyway. I tend to file off, but this one works pretty well. I enjoy using it and I've never had any issues. Now here comes my favorite part. I love to do some buffing, and I sped this part up because honestly I spend more time than usual buffing just because I enjoy it. I didn't do the best job this time. I was nervous, I was on camera, so you're gonna see that I still have some lumps and bumps at the end of it all, but I'm just doing the best that I can do, and hopefully you guys still enjoy it anyway. So again, now we're just cleansing everything with some alcohol acetone solution that I made. I obviously made it way too wet this time, but that's okay. It's just paper. It's gonna dry. So for the colors, I knew that I wanted to do something pastel because I was doing something Easter themed. So I decided to go with First Base, Early Bird, and Halo. It's my first time using First Base and Early Bird, and I really like them. I have to be honest, because I was on camera and trying to stay in frame, my application was so bad and it looked so streaky, and oh my gosh, it makes these colors from Madam Glam look really bad. But honestly, it was purely my application. I didn't do a really good job, but I'm working on it, just trying to do the best that I can do. So I decided to go for a green for the pointer and the ring finger, a yellow for the middle, and then I did the purple for the pinky and the thumb. Like most people, I do my thumb separately from everything else because I'm afraid that I'm going to bump it. I always knew that I was going to do a cluster on the middle, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do as far as any other type of design. So yeah, just kind of going with the flow here and seeing how things end up. So once I was done with the application, I thought that the middle nail looked a little bit too plain. I decided to go with this fine glitter that I'd gotten recently. I tried burnishing it in, but it just didn't give it as much oomph as I would have wanted it to have. So I did go ahead and put some more glitter on it. This top coat that I'm using has the little glitter on it because it's my glitter top coat. So I decided to go in with a bit more chunky glitter, so I did do that, and I didn't get it in frame, so I didn't put it in. And I like to encapsulate my glitter so that there's no pieces sticking up, but that drives me a little bit crazy. So I went again with the iconic gel from Opry and just put it in again, make sure that I have my apex there, and then I did some filing off camera. Now what I tend to do is I tend to pull out all my decals and all my stickers as kind of like an inspiration and then figure out what I'm going to do. So I decided to do some eggs, and then I decided to do a little chicky. So let's just see how that goes. I wasn't able to get any of the application of the water slide decals. They were all so out of frame, but the one on my index finger with the rabbit was so hard to do. It just wouldn't lay right. I'm not sure what was happening with that one, but I ended up getting it to lay flat. I did have to cut some slits in it, and I was able to make it work. And then on the ring finger, I didn't have too much trouble because they were small. So now we're moving on to some stickers. I knew that I wanted something simple on the pinky, not too busy, so I went with a butterfly and a couple of flowers. So after I finished putting the two flowers on my nails, I realized that I wish I had put some greenery in there also, and I was contemplating putting it on, but I was like, maybe not. So I'm looking at the different Swarovskis that I have, trying to figure out what I want to do for the cluster. I wanted to do some pink, some purple, some light green, and some yellow, so I just kind of pulled out whatever I thought would fit. Honestly, I didn't even use a lot of these, and I ended up pulling out different ones anyway. So that's the Opry Diamond Gel. I like to use this one for clusters. I find that it holds really well, and yeah, I've never had any issues. So when doing a crystal cluster, I like to put down a little blob like this and just kind of work my gems around there. Sometimes I end up adding more, sometimes I don't. I'm just kind of going with the flow. There is a lot that I did end up cutting out here where I had to take them off and put them back on and stuff like that, but that just tends to happen when I'm doing clusters. It just is what it is, and I've accepted it by now. This first one that I put on here, it's a rosewater opal teardrop, or pear, sorry, is what they call it, and it's one of my favorites, and I knew that I wanted to incorporate it. And then I have this one here is a little flower. It's in the peridot color. It's the only thing I had in that color, but I knew that I wanted to put that in there. And then the last big crystal in the cluster is a butterfly, and I really love the way that all three of them look together. So now I'm adding some small chatons into the cluster. It helps to round it all out and make sure that nothing gets caught in my hair. I ended up putting pink on this one side here, as you're going to see, and then purple on the other, but if I'm being honest, I wish that I had put them opposite, because putting the purple with the purple butterfly makes a butterfly not easy to stand out, but that's okay, I know for next time. So with the Opera system here, it is a soft gel, so you just cure it, and then once you cure it, it's pretty much good to go. So the next step is top coat. This here is a little palette. They're little disposable papers that they don't, like, they're like laminated, I guess, so the nail polish doesn't soak through. So I did whatever I could with the brush, and then I'm just filling in the gaps with my little liner brush there, just to make sure that everything is all sealed in nicely and nothing's gonna get caught in my hair. So for the Swarovski crystals, I knew that I wanted to do some crystallite, some Providence lavender, some light rose, and some citrine. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do, but I knew that I wanted to put a lot on the nail. So I decided to take the diamond gel, do a coat of it all over the nail, and then immediately apply top coat after. I like doing it this way. I have the Mia Secret glue also, and I find that that works really well, but because it dries so quickly, I wanted something that I could cure so that I could have the time to work, because as you're gonna see, I needed that time. I apologize, a lot of this footage ended up going really out of frame. I tried to get as much in there as I could, but I found myself continuously bringing my hand back up to my face so that I could see it a little bit closer. I'm really sorry. So what I was going for here was a swirl, but what I didn't realize was that it was supposed to be like an S shape, but I ended up doing them both going in the same direction. So it's okay, I still really like the way that it turned out, but it wasn't really happening the way that I had it in my head. So as you can see, it's a lot of just putting it there, sliding it around, adjusting. Like I said, I didn't have an idea in my mind for exactly what I wanted to do, and that's why I really like using the gel that you have to cure, because it gives you the time to move things around if you don't like them. So putting these 3 smaller crystals around the green gem makes it look a lot like a flower in the middle, and I think it looks really cute. I really like it. I realized I only had one of the green chrysolites in there, so I wanted to make sure that I added another small one on either side, and that's where you can really see that the swirl was not an S at all, and I didn't even realize until much later. So now I'm just cleansing everything, some alcohol and some acetone, the mixture that I was using before, just to make sure, especially on the gems, that there's no wax on them from the wax pen, and make everything all nice and shiny. So the last thing that we're doing, of course, is some cuticle oil. I have really dry hands already anyway, so I need all the help that I can get. So a little bit of cuticle oil on each finger, and then yeah, just rub it in. So that's about it. We're almost at the end of the video. If there's any suggestions you'd like to make, please let me know. If you like this video, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, have an awesome day. Bye!